And another reason why I left too is because my mother worked for the government in the computer room, and somebody literally had a heart attack and died at work. And I remember that as a child. I was like, well, that's terrible. And they all went to the funeral, and the person replaced that person at their job, and that was the end of that. And they would just talk about how much they missed them, but the person literally had a heart attack in the computer room when they used to have big giant computer rooms that had to have it was very cold when computers used to be big as hell, huge, and they used to have to mount those tapes and stuff on it. So what did you do to eliminate distractions? I purposely distracted myself yesterday. We had a break in between the first and second appointment, and I looked at TikTok because I wanted to test the Okay, Regina, what we're doing, if you want to go and read the poem for today was Letters of Louise, and it was or. You can do that after if you want to send me, and then send me your follow-up. So it is or for Letters from Louise. But we're doing the follow-up for Eliminate Distractions yesterday. So I purposely distracted myself yesterday because I talked about I had the orange and the chocolate to say manufactured dopamine versus natural dopamine. So or or. I purposely distracted myself for about an hour and 45 minutes. So I was scrolling through TikTok, looking at various different videos to see what would happen with my dopamine level. Now I knew that yes, ma'am. I knew that I had a second break in between the second and third appointment to get everything else done. So I did make the rest of my content and all of that because we had a 6:30 appointment. I knew it was going to be late by the time we got home. So I needed to be able to have that. And so it was interesting because it was this very, and then when it was time for me to post, I literally was calmer. And so I actually am correct that it was dopamine, manufacture. I had all this, And then as I was just posting my own content, there was this natural release. And so I had just had oranges. So I distracted myself on purpose, knowing that in that between that second and third appointment that I was still going to get my Duolingo and everything else completed at that time because we had to leave. So I have no, it's milk chocolate. I actually can't believe it or not because my tolerance level is so low. I can't even take a leave. If I take a leave, I will start hallucinating. So I got a really, really, really low tolerance level. Dark chocolate actually makes me drunk. I cannot eat dark chocolate. It gives me literally so it has to be milk chocolate. So I did when I did the Candida diet many years ago when I had to clear out my system. When I used to go to Dr. Thompson and literally ate dark chocolate and would literally be hungover damn near after eating a piece of dark chocolate. So it is milk chocolate. But thank you for that. So I did do a healthy distraction for myself, my own experiment to see how I felt. I knew I was going to have an appointment that was going to cause me to be productive. So that was going to have to push that manufacturing dopamine away. Went back to my normal, what I normally do. And that natural dopamine is just better because there is a sense of accomplishment. Because for an hour, I think it was an hour and 45 minutes, hour and a half, something like that. I finished watching all that and I hadn't accomplished shit. I hadn't learned shit or anything. And now between the second and third appointment, I'm posting on social media. I did my Duolingo lessons and all of that. And there was this reward, this actual reward. So I've continued my Duolingo streak. I contributed to all my social media platforms. And I ensured that I had done my daily posting for the day. That's why you want to switch to a natural dopamine instead of this manufactured because you're not really getting anything from it. You don't have nothing to show for it at all.